Welcome back to Charging Forward.
Today is Monday, March 20th.
So, did you see that trap that Avian and I made last week to catch a leprechaun?
Yeah, looks like they almost had one, but it just got away.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone else was able to catch one.
I know they can be hard to catch, but I know some of our fellow Chargers made some awesome traps.
That's true. They probably had better luck than we did last week.
I bet. Now let's check out our weekly updates.
This week we will... What are you doing?
Hawaiian. Just getting into the Hawaiian spirit.
Hawaiian spirit?
Yeah, I mean, it has been raining so much. I totally need sunshine and island vibes.
That's a great idea. How about we bring that to our spirit day?
I can dig it.
This Friday, get into the aloha spirit by wearing Hawaiian or tropical wear.
Speaking of Friday, we should feel the spirit and head to the lawn.
Like, when should we do that?
Lunchtime?
Yeah. Wait, don't we already have something planned?
That's right, lunch on the lawn.
Yep, this Friday is lunch on the lawn.
Well, I can't wait to eat my lunch on the lawn.
Now on to Fridays.
Wait, we didn't announce the spirit winners.
Good point, let's do that first.
Congrats to Room 14, Mr. Castillo's class, for bringing that upper grade spirit and wearing green.
And congrats to Room 11, Miss Mendes, for channeling the look of the Irish for the lower grades and having 100% participation.
Now let's head over to check out who has a birthday this week.
So, a few weeks ago, it was International Women's Day.
That is right, and this whole month is Women's History Month.
You know, I would love to learn some more about that.
Me too. Let's pass it over with Kylie with some info on Women's History Month.
This month is Women's History Month. During this month, we celebrate and highlight the many comprehensions girls and women have had to advance in history. Believe it or not, but for many years, women and girls did not receive the same treatment as others. That being said, many women had made huge contribution to science, writing, engineering, education, and many other areas. Some great examples of contributions by women can be seen all around us. One example is Marie Curie. She was a Polish scientist that discovered radium. Her discovery led to development of the X-ray machine. She was also the first woman to ever receive a Nobel Prize. Another pioneer was Amelia Earhart. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Sadly, she went missing while trying to be the first woman to fly all the way around the whole world. While flying around the world is cool, without Katherine Johnson, we may have never been able to send astronauts to space. Katherine Johnson's mathematical work helped NASA calculate and determine the rocket launch of John Glenn into space. And finally, speaking of space, the first female NASA astronaut to go into space was Sally Ride. She flew to space in 1983. There are many more to name, but remember that during this month, we always think about the amazing accomplishments that women and girls have had in our history, as well as look forward to the many more accomplishments that many of you out there are going to make in the future.
Wow, I didn't know all of that.
Yeah, I can only imagine what it must have been like to be pioneers like they all were.
Well, a pioneer can be anyone. They just need to believe in themselves.
I agree. Anyone can do anything as long as they try.
Now let's head over to Avi with our weather report.
Over to you, Avi. What's our weather looking like for this week?
Thanks, Ashley and Jaime. It looks like our wet winter is going to continue. We have rain in the forecast for the first 3 days of the week. But don't worry, we should see the sunshine for finish out the week. Temperatures will remain cool, with mostly mid to high 50s throughout the week. Besides our low temperatures, we are looking for at some wind. Most days will see winds for 12 to 20 miles per hour. That wind will definitely make it a little bit colder than it really is. So make sure you have your umbrella and jacket ready for whatever weather we see this week. That was your Charger weather.
Ashley, we are on...
Oh yeah, just a minute. I just gotta send this last text.
But you can't be on your phone. We're at school.
Oh, right.
Well, even though we can't have phones out here at school, I wonder what the community of Rio Plaza thinks about it.
That is a good question. Let's head over to the field and see what Chargers think about having a phone at school.
Hi, Jolene. Do you think kids should be allowed to use cell phones at school? Why or why not?
Because, yes, because we can do anything we want with our cell phone.
Hi, Valeria. Do you think kids should be able to use phones at school? Why or why not?
Yes,
Why do you think that?
because you need to call your parents.
Gabby, do you think kids should be able to use phones at school? Why or why not?
Yeah, because they can use it for emergencies.
Generally, do you think kids should be able to use phones at school? Why or why not?
I think no, because some kids might cheat.
Ms. Cervantes, do you think kids should be able to use cell phones at school? Why or why not?
I think students shouldn't be able to use cell phones in school because they're kids. You guys should be playing outside. You guys should be playing with your friends. Then when you grow up, maybe you can have a cell phone.
Ms. Galvan, do you think kids should be able to use cell phones in school? Why or why not?
Ooh, maybe during lunchtime when they're not distracting the lesson, but only lunchtime or before school or after school, not during class.
Master Juarez, do you think kids should be able to use cell phones at school? Why or why not?
I think not, because it's a distraction, but in an emergency basis, tell your teacher and possibly yes. But like Ms. Galvan said, before school, after school, and that's about it.
Well, that was definitely enlightening.
Yeah, a lot of good opinions. But now I know I can wait till after school to use my phone.
Good point. And you can always read a book instead of a text.
I see what you did there. Like, 'cause it's time for the reader review.
Exactly.
Do you like books? Do you like stickers? Well, if you said yes to both, then we have a great deal for you. Every student that is selected to be featured in Rio Reader review will receive an exclusive Charging Forward sticker. This sticker is limited edition and is one of the only stickers allowed on your Chromebook. But it also looks great on a water bottle or a folder as well. But enough of this. Let's head over and see who has a book review for us this week.
Hi, my name is Christian. Hi, my name is Atherley. Hi, my name is Jaden. And we're from second grade. The name of the book that we read is Are You Ready to Play? And it's written by Mo Williams. This book is about an elephant and pig. I recommend this book because it's funny. I love it so much. I give it 5 stars. El nombre del libro es Yo leí es Are You Ready to Play? Y escrito por Mo Williams. Este libro se trata de elefante y cerdita. Yo te recomiendo este libro porque es muy chistoso. Me encantó tanto que le doy 5 estrellas. Bye, guys.
This was another great book review. We will work on getting that sticker to you all as soon as we can. And if you want an exclusive Charging Forward sticker, get those book reviews in. The code is down below, and we will look forward to see that great book one of you has for us next week.
I want a sticker like that.
Well, just like they said, submit a book review and maybe you will get one.
Good point. I'm going to go do that right now.
Let's hold over to Mr. Romano and see what tech tip he has for us this week.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Teacher Tech Tip. For this week, we're going to move away from Google Draw, but we're going to stay in the Google Suite. This week, we're going to take a look at Google Sheets, but we're actually going to be drawing in Google Sheets. You see, there's some really cool features to Google Sheets that you can use and use them to create drawings. Now, there's this type of drawing called pixel art. The idea is there's individual little pixels or little dots that when you put them all together, they create an image. You see, old school video games used to use pixels to create their images. Today, when you look at pictures, art, or HD televisions or HD videos, they still use pixels, but they're just so tiny and there's so many, you don't really see them. But the cool thing that we can do is we can use Google Sheets to create pixel art. So some examples could be a picture of Mario, or maybe one of Yoda, or you could even create just some cool stuff like some donuts. Now what's really cool is when we use Google Sheets, we're going to use a special template, and we're going to be using something called conditional formatting. You see what that is, in Google Sheets, when you have something set up, for example here we have conditional formatting, and you put in words or numbers, the conditional formatting looks at what's happening and it does an act. So for example, if I put in the number 1 in this cell and move to another cell, the conditional formatting turns it red. If I put the number 2, orange, 3, 4, so on and so forth, for the numbers that are built into this conditional formatting. Now if you notice, I went to other numbers, don't have any conditional formatting for it. If I go to 0, I have another color. Now, this template is set up for these numbers right here. Let me run those back really quick so everyone can see them, and I'll use them on the side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we don't have an 11, but if you go 0, you get a gray. That means we have these colors we can use to make an image. Now what's really cool about this is if we know this, we can do a simple pixel image by just putting in numbers over and over. So let's say I want to have a blue sky and maybe some flowers or something like that. Well, all I have to do is know my color for blue, in this case 5, and my color for, let's say, red, 1. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to put in 5 anywhere I want it to be blue. Now I can do just an outline or a frame, and all I'm doing is typing 5 and using my arrow key to move it around. Now, you can even use copy and paste. If you know you want to have this whole section down here blue, I can grab this little dot on the side and drag it over. That little dot automatically copies it. Now I can even do this and copy the whole thing and make this entire section a color. So if I grab it, I can grab it out. I can grab the top and drag it down. And now the whole thing's blue. Now, let's say I want to make something red. Well, that's a number 1. Or we can go 3. That's yellow. Let's say I want to start adding in some form of a sun. Now you're noticing that it's creating what are called pixels. You see, pixels are going to be square. So anything we create is going to have kind of a square look to it. Now, I'm working in a large pixel format. But if I was to do the same thing in a medium pixel format, it might look a little bit different. What's really cool is I can actually copy, Control C, go to my other pixel, Control V, and you'll notice the numbers popped in, but then the colors. Here's what it would look like if I put it all the way down here. Notice how I have so much more space to create my images. Now, with pixel art, you can do more than just using those numbers. That makes it easy sometimes. But what you can do is you can actually also use other colors. If you look here, I don't have perfect colors that match the colors I created over here. Well, that's because we cheated a little bit. For this picture, we didn't just use conditional formatting, we actually colored the cells. You see, you have 2 ways to use this sheet. You can either punch in numbers, 1 by 1, once you know your number code, or you can actually color the cell. So I'm going to highlight and I'm going to go up to this little paint bucket that says fill color. And I'm going to pick the color I want, and I want a light blue background. Now let's say I'm trying to recreate something similar to Mario. I can have this light blue background, and maybe I want to have that green pipe. So I find where I want to put my pipe, and I find a color I might like. Maybe that's the green I want to go with. And all I do is select and highlight anywhere that I want my objects to be in. Now what's really, really cool with this is if you add different shades of colors, you can actually create 3-dimensional depth. You see, if I put a lighter color next to another color, then I add a darker color next to that color, it will start creating a sense of depth. I can also use outlines and other pieces to help with that. So I can do that, which will start making this sense of depth in my picture. If you look at that, you'll see it here, where the different colors of green give it this sense of depth. Now, you can continue going with any form of your pixels, and if you ever make a mistake, if you're using numbers, it's really easy. You just click delete. So if I look here, I'm using numbers. I don't want a pixel there. I press delete, pixel's gone. You'll notice one of the pixel numbers is not white because you don't need white. White will be our regular space. If you also want to select, you can just click delete. But if you do it the other way, where you've actually colored them in and I go to click delete, it won't change. What you got to do is go back to that fill color and you can click reset. And if you click reset, it will get rid of all the colors. Now, you have a couple options in this template that I'm offering to you. You have really, really tiny or extra small pixels to make really complex pictures. You have kind of small pixels. You have medium pixels, and then we have large pixels. The smaller the pixel, the more detail your picture. If you look here, this is the small pixel. This picture of Yoda was made with the extra small pictures, so a lot of different details. This picture of the donuts are made with our smaller medium. Now here's what's really, really cool. If I like a picture and I want to create it, like here, I'm going to copy this and I bring it over to what would be my large pixels. You can see this one still works out. Still kind of looks like it has something nice there. If I was to bring over Mario, it would look a little bit different. So I'm going to show you what Mario would look like if it was on the large pixels. So I'm going to delete by resetting. and then I'm going to put Mario in. You can see Mario looks a little bit bigger there. Here's Mario in our medium pixels. Here's Mario in our small pixels. And here's Mario in our extra small. You can see the detail in Mario doesn't necessarily change, but by making it larger or smaller using the different size pixels, I can make the image have that much more detail. You see in my large pixels, I don't have a lot of room, but in my extra small, I have tons of room to create really, really cool things. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Mr. Romano, how do I make this? Where do I get it? Don't worry, I got you covered. You see, all you have to do to find this template is you're gonna go to our Charging Forward website. Now your teacher can help you find this, but if you go to bit.ly/chargingforwardtv or to the link at the bottom of this video on YouTube, then you'll find our website. Now here you can find our episodes, meet our crew, have a direct link to the Rio Reader review, and we have a new one called Pixel Art. When you click on this, you can access the template as well as see the color code. So if you're going to use the number system, here's your colors. You can have this up or pulled to the side, but all you got to do is you click. Now it's going to come up and look just like this. It's going to say make a copy. You're going to click make a copy, and what this will do is this will add it to your Google Drive. So we've made a copy, and now I just pick which size pixels I want to work with, and I start putting in my numbers. So I can start putting them in, and if I just keep going, whatever number I put in will be there. And again, I don't have to use the numbers. I can use the colors if I want to find a color I don't have. But the numbers are really fast. And if you ever make a mistake, you just select the cell, click delete, and the numbers are gone. Now, you can change the name of this. You don't need to keep it as pixel art copy of. But you're probably also going, well, what happens if I walk out of my pixel art and I want to go back to it? Well, the nice thing is it's going to be in your Google Drive. So go to your homepage, click on your waffle, click Sheets, and you'll see any of your recent stuff, just like there, my pixel art. So what you're going to be able to do is create a lot of really, really cool things. Something like this takes a little bit of time, and I normally use a reference image whenever I'm making it. But play around with this, have a little fun with it, and let's see what you can create in pixel art. We look forward to seeing some of those awesome images that you can create. So remember, to get the template, go to the Charging Forward TV website, go to pixel art, click on the link, and that will get you the template so you can use all the colors. Have some fun, and that's this week's Teacher Tech Tip.
Hey, I'm Ashley, and my book
Actually,
is...
we can't do this at this moment.
But I want a sticker.
You can get one. Just wait till we finish to record.
Fine, we'll do it your way. Bye, everyone. I have a book review to record.
Well, looks like we are heading out of here then. See you all next week.